it's time, my friends, to leap into this content because the Icebrood Saga finale, Chapter 4, Judgment Episode 5 has been unveiled. Yeah, let's get right into the news, right? We're about to get into the news immediately. And here it is. Here is the news, my friends. It's right here. Take a look at it, my friends. The Icebrood Saga Champions, Chapter 4, Judgment. We can see the trailer here, but you know what? We're actually, I'm going to mix up, guys. We're not going to watch the trailer first. We're going to do something much more important than that. We're going to actually discuss the features, and then we're going to watch the trailer afterwards there as well, because my goodness me, we have got some very, very exciting developments here, okay? Like some very exciting developments, okay? We have Dragonstorm join the final battle, okay? There's little time left to save Tyria from a cataclysm of ice or fire. An evenly matched head-to-head fight between promoters and John will destroy them both, and each dragon is desperate to gain an advantage. Tip the scales to ensure they can't hide Bram and Ryland forever. Now, what is this actually talking about, okay? This is insane, okay? What that is actually talking about is an instanced open world map. Right, an instanced open world map. So 50 players, right? You can either play it as a public version, which will have up to 80 players in it, or you can play it as a private instance with the players of your choosing with a slightly more difficult, or maybe even potentially significantly more difficult, even with CMs. We don't know if it's got CMs, but it might actually be a full-on 50-man semi-raid. Like, that is insane. This is one of the most exciting things they could have possibly announced, right? Like, and I'll explain a little bit why later, but I think we might as well actually see what that is actually going to look like with the trailer right now. So let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer temporarily. Then we can kind of see how how this kind of thing might actually look. Right? Can I please can I get a full screen here? No, apparently not. Fine. To YouTube.com. Oh, thank you, Peggy. Right? Let's go. Let's have a look at this trailer, my friends.
I am Bram Erson, Norn of Prophecy. It was me who cracked the fang of the serpent. Tell the commander.
I'm going down.
Jormak. I am
Ryland Steelcatcher. I know him.
Okay.
A born leader who's waited your whole life for a role worthy of your
That was such a weird transition there. Ooh. Look at this chaos, right? And this is what I'm talking about, guys. Look at this massive open world map. Look at it.
of you to clear out the trash for me.
Fight Ryland open world. Get a cape in game. Get eyes. All these things you can do.
There he is.
Braham, Destroyer Man. He's on fire now. The volume on this, holy shit. Look at the size of these dragons. Anime fight at the end there. Dude, that is actually insane. This is so big. I mean, oh my God, what a crazy thing we got going on. This is so big, actually. This is insane. Look, you got these people going at it here, right? You got the giant dragon spawning in the background. This is going to be epic. I really hope they have the content to back this up. Now, this looks maybe like to be a bit more of a story cutscene here, so we can kind of go over this trailer and what exactly is going on here, right? But like, this is pretty spicy stuff. This is very, very spicy stuff here, in my opinion. So obviously, it is coming out on April 27th. That's next week from now, but you can kind of see what you can expect here. This actually, do you know what this really reminds me of? This actually really reminds me of like Living Story Season 1, right? Like where you would actually have like these big boss fights in open world where you actually fight lore characters in open world. And I think that's exactly what they're going for here, right? I think everyone's always been clamoring for like a marionette style fight. And I don't think this is necessarily going to be marionette style. By the way, guys, can we get like a bit of a meme here? Can I just talk about how the performance in their trailer is like 20 FPS? I mean, like, like, even ArenaNet can't make Guild Wars 2 run well. Like, look at this FPS, my dude. Like, what are we doing here? Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. But I mean, like, yeah, we've even got like a cake. Looks like you can actually dye it too. So it actually looks pretty cool too. I like that. It's got a little kind of dragon hood there as well. And it's always nice to see something that's typically in the gem store actually be in the game, right? It's always nice to see something like that. So looks like the rewards are looking good. Which you have these, actually, it's 2 infusions, as you can see here, right, guys? So it looks like, you know what's really cool about this? Is that they appear to have, like, maybe a little bit of programming to them. Can you see that it looks like if you use 2 blue infusions, you get 2 blue eyes, right? If you use 1 of each, you get 1 fiery eye, 1 ice eye. And if you have 1, just have 1 on its own, right? It's going to be like this. Now, and look, it appears that, yeah, it looks like the first one you put in is going to be maybe the other. I don't know. Like, I don't know how, like, they've got it on different eyes there, right? Because clearly, this is like the left eye of this Norn character over here, but then it's actually the right eye here. So maybe like the fire is default in the right eye, but then again, I don't know. It's going to be some interesting stuff there, guys. It's crazy. You can mix them. Okay, never mind. Okay, you like turn them into a mega one. Never mind. Oh, it's 4 infusions. You combo them together. Well, that makes sense, right? Okay, I guess that makes a lot of sense than having it like specially set up so it doesn't do that. But that's okay, guys. That's why I never read. Okay, this is why you got to read it first, guys. Okay, this is why you got to read this stuff first. I mean, this trailer again. A lot of people are going to look at this trailer and say this gives nothing away, but this is good, right? This seems to me to be a very unusual critique of trailers, right? When people say, "Oh, the trailer, it says nothing." Well, it's a trailer, you moron. That's how it's supposed to be, right? Like, the trailer is not supposed to tell you what happens in the episode. This is actually something I was very critical of in some of the earlier trailers, actually. Like, in the one where Jormag stabs us in the back, the trailer basically told you the entire plot of the entire episode. It was stupid, right? Like, you knew exactly what was going to happen before. And to be fair, I guess this is telling you, yeah, the 2 are going to fight. But to be fair, we already knew that. Like, we already knew this kind of, like, massive grand scale conflict was about to happen anyway, right? And I've got to say, it does look pretty epic, right? They're clearly pulling out all the stops there for some kind of giant anime dragon battle here with the 2 like leaping in. They're about to start going crazy, but it does leave what actually happens very ambiguous, right? Because they're going to have this big final conflict. But what we don't know is what's actually, what's the result of this going to be? Like, are the dragons both going to explode? Is one of them going to win and we have to put down the victor, right? Is Rylan going to be Big Deado? Is Bram going to finally explode? Everyone's going to celebrate. Although, honestly, I never found Bram to be that bad, right? Like, there's like a lot of people in the community who have this, like, seething hatred for Bram, right? I guess the whole, like, edgy teenager thing, it kind of wears on people after a while, I suppose. And that makes sense to me. That's understandable. But, yeah, this actually looks really cool. I think this is going to be quite the impressive finale from a cinematic perspective, right? And also, hopefully, from a gameplay perspective. And this is what I've always found about Guild Wars 2, is that you have this very cinematic experience, but you do not have the gameplay to back that up. And I think that's something that we actually might be about to see change. I am very excited for this. And I want to talk about why this is such an exciting type of content that we're going to see released here, right? Like, this Dragon Storm is amazing. And this is kind of what I've been talking about with Dragon response missions. And also, to an extent with strike missions, is that, yeah, the execution isn't perfect, but the design idea, the actual concept and the technology involved is absolutely massive. And this is the entire thing. This is a massive change, right? Open world is typically trivial, conveyor belt style, loot pinata, boring, but very, very pretty. This is the beginning of getting the best of both worlds, right? All of a sudden, we can have all of the open world stuff. We can have these massive world bosses going crazy, right? But you can also select who you want to play with. So you can play with your guild, making it a full-on guild activity, making it a social activity instead of playing alone together, right? It's going to be potentially more challenging. They may even add CMs. We don't know that, to be clear, but it's something they typically do is add challenge modes sometimes, right? To Dragon response missions, right? And all that kind of stuff. That is awesome. This is such a good idea, right? This is an amazing idea. And I really want to see this in the expansion, right? Like, it's the same thing with Dragon response missions. Dragon response missions, yeah, they're not the best content in the universe, but it's the concept, right? The concept of reusing open world content and then repurposing it for a more hardcore audience is incredible. Like, this has been Guild Wars 2's massive issue. Like, Guild Wars 2 has always struggled with this. They struggle to please everyone. They want to be all things to all people, but they always fail because they don't want to add difficulty settings. So they end up only pleasing one crowd at a time. They add raids, the casual players are mad. They add open world only, then the hardcore players are mad because they're like, oh, what the hell is this? I'm auto attacking, right? However, this is actually the galaxy brain move from ArenaNet, the Omega brain. All their brain, it's like wrinkling up right now. It's crazy. Like all these different ridges within their brain, they're out of control, right? Yeah, they're always angry. Like, why do you think they make montages ganking each other, right? It's like, get that frustration out, guys. Right? Just get that anger right out. They're ganking each other, they're montaging each other, they're complaining about each other in the forums. You're never going to please them, guys. Okay, they're always going to be big mad, right? And that's okay. You got to have that. Otherwise, World vs. World is low energy. But anyway, that's not the important point here, guys. The important point here is that this is epic, this is massive, and this has massive ramifications for the expansion as well. Like, imagine the scenario where the expansion comes out, and instead of just being story, right, and open world maps that are very, very pretty and, exploration focused, imagine they release the expansion, and we've got 5 or 6 maps, all of which are essentially guild activities, because you can play them with your guild in an instanced environment, right? And just to once again clarify, the instance version will be up to 50, so like a full squad. One full squad will be able to enter this, and the public will be 80 players. This means that this is a pretty damn big activity. Like, raids are 10 players, right? So that's like it's a good amount of players. Their Fractal's 5-man. This is 10 times bigger than the Fractal and 5 times bigger than the raid, right? There's a lot that they could do with this, right? In my opinion, they could do a lot with this. And ultimately, I think they could satisfy everyone with this content, right? Like, this is a huge step up for ArenaNet in the way they're actually going to approach content development. I really hope they maintain this. I mean, look, obviously, if it isn't good, then I'm going to look a bit of a dickhead. I'm going to have to take my words back here. However, I don't think that they're actually going to screw this up, because in fairness, like, a lot of the world bosses that ArenaNet develop are genuinely epic. And now that they can actually essentially make difficulty settings by having a private version, they don't have to hold back. ArenaNet can just go crazy. They can have bosses that are going psycho with mechanics that one-shot people, mechanics that you actually have to engage in, right, and coordinate with your team. They can pop off now that they actually have this, because now they don't have to worry about people not being able to do it. They don't have to worry about the maps failing, right? And seriously, like Drakkar, guys, Drakkar fails a lot of people, right? Like, Drakkar actually fails sometimes, right? People cannot do that DPS check, right? I was actually talking to some players from NA, and they say that Drakkar is a feeding frenzy sometimes, and it is on EU too, to be fair, I admit it, right? Like, EU gets farmed by Drakkar occasionally, right? It fails, and ArenaNet doesn't want that to happen, because players don't want to fail in Guild Wars 2 Open World. Losing, they're allergic to it, guys. Guild Wars 2 players fear losing. They are terrified of it, and this mitigates this. You can opt in to some actual challenge and have some fun. This is absolutely incredible, right? This is better than open world. Everyone's like, oh wow, there's no map. Where's the map, Arena? This is so much better than an open world map, right? So much better, because it's going to be completely replayable. It's going to be hopefully very, very engaging. You're going to still have that epic open world, like cinematic feel with these giant dragons moving around everywhere, like slapping each other, right? You're going to have the big bosses, right? You're going to fight Ryle, and probably going to fight Brem as well. Everyone's going at it, right? You got Destroyers there, you got Iceman as well, right? Epic stuff, guys. This is very, very epic. Like, get the hype levels up, guys. Bring the hype. Bring the energy, my friends, because I am very, very excited for this episode, actually, and I cannot wait to leap into this. Like, not only with kind of like the baseline story and exploration stuff, but also the open world map here. And let me tell you this, we are going for day 1 world record, right? With Hardstuck. We're going to be going crazy. Get involved, okay? Be there. You're going to want to be there, guys, as we go for the extreme world record content. Let's get that pace going down there. Let's get the speed, okay? Let's go, 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 go. And there's not much else here, so, like, I think they're looking to maybe not give that much away here. Like, normally on the release page, they'll say a little bit more. Here, there's going to be a new mastery coming out with the episode as well, but they haven't said anything about that, like what it might be, what it might do, right? Like, what's going on there. It might be related to Dragon response missions again, but we don't actually know that for sure. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. You've got this. Interesting, actually. Like, this is, oh, I presume, are these like the new, you can get some like new guild decorations, I guess, by the looks of this. These like kind of Aurene crystals for your guild hall. That's pretty cool. There's Primordus. He looks a bit goofy, right? He's got his giant horns there. Very exciting. Here you go. Sylvari, you've got eyes here. You can get like you can get 1 blue eye, 1 red eye, or 1 red, 1 blue, and the other way around there as well. Pretty crazy stuff there. You've got a new weapon. Very nice shot, actually, of that. Like, just taking out this destroyer, getting slashed up there. You've got a destroy crystal, because this is actually, this is presumably a little bit like the ice crystals, right? that Jormag throws down. This is going to be the same thing, except Primordus, right? You got this epic conflict. You got all the, you know, like, the gangs back together. You got this Timey and the Golem there. You got Ritlock. He's like, oh, wow, I've got my really powerful sword, but oh, I'm not very good with it, though. I don't do any damage. Then you got Jormag there. Ooh, look at Jormag go. Looks pretty cool, actually. Jormag's got a pretty cool look there, especially with, like, the giant ice hands coming out. I'm liking that. Very cool-looking model there. I like it. You got the cloak. Looks very nice, actually. Like, you know, it's a good texture work here on that cloak. You know, it's a cape. You can use that if you want to. There's another picture of Jorm. Oh, well, that's it. Oh, never mind. We went all the way around. Yeah, they're really not giving too much away here, are they? They are kind of locking it down, right? Okay. It just increases the boon duration of the dragon essences. Oh, well, that is low energy. Never mind, okay? I was hoping for something a little bit more exciting. That's fine, though. You know, nothing wrong with that. You know, we're good to go. Not too much of a problem. Anyway, okay? Anyway, this is pretty damn exciting stuff here, and has some very big ramifications for the expansion as well, I think. Like, I think Icebrood Saga has always been the proving grounds for ArenaNet on developing different types of content and just new ways of reusing stuff and implementing it so it can maybe appeal to a broader demographic. And I really hope they do a good job of this. Like, you know, like, listen, ArenaNet, for what it's worth, you have my vote. I'm throwing my hat into the ring. I think this is a very good idea. This sounds like a brilliant idea. And one of the things that I've always wanted to see in Guild Wars 2, and I think a lot of players would say Guild Wars 2 has been lacking historically, is guild-oriented content, right? You know, the irony of the name Guild Wars is not lost on anyone, seeing as a lot of the content in the game, you essentially play solo, right? You play solo surrounded by a sea of players who just never talk to each other unless, you know, they're flaming each other for, like, one burning Octovine. And this is definitely a step away from that. And I really hope this continues into the expansion and beyond. Very good idea. Very, very content. I like it, guys, okay? I am liking where this is going. Very exciting content, guys. Very exciting trailer. Very cool stuff. I think ArenaNet is going to knock this one out of the park here, right? It's going to be big. It's going to be epic. Something's going to happen. I don't know what it is, but it's going to be good. Oh, yeah. And one more thing before we get the hell out of here, guys. Bear in mind that in addition to all this hype, this open world adventure with your guild friends, right? The conclusion of the Icebrood Saga, almost certainly at the end of this, they are going to drop some kind of information about the expansion. I would be very surprised if they didn't, right? If they don't, then ArenaNet, you are big dum-dums. However, okay, I don't think ArenaNet are big dum-dums. And in fact, there's actually some evidence to suggest otherwise. Wait, where's the playlist, guys? Can someone link me the playlist, in fact, guys? For the Guild Wars 2 thing, because the Guild Wars 2 thing, they have a playlist up, and there is, in fact, an unlisted video, I believe, in that. Yes, here we go. We actually have a private video here. This, in my opinion, is very likely to be something related to the expansion, right? You know, it's going to be some kind of teaser that will play at the end when you beat the story, or they'll simply unveil it maybe, you know, on Tuesday, or maybe like a few days afterwards to tease the expansion. Very likely. There's going to be some kind of follow-through, some kind of big gaming, some kind of big content unleashed on Tuesday. So, like, this is it. Like, we are actually arriving. We are finally arriving, okay? Like, the rebirth of Guild Wars 2 is imminent. We are climbing back up. For too long, guys, I have been a B- streamer, and Guild Wars 2 has been a B- game. It is time to ascend all the way up into the heavens, guys. Maybe Guild Wars 2 can even make it to B rank, just like me, okay? We'll find out. Hey, you know, if Summit 1G can make me B rank, okay, maybe Icebrood Saga and Ender Dragons can make Guild Wars 2 be a B rank MMO. Maybe even more than that, okay? Maybe even more than that. But yeah, there it is. That's my take on the new content, right? Like, you know, you guys, everyone's in the chat's gonna be saying copium. All the YouTube comments are gonna be spamming copium. But you know what, guys? I don't give a shit. I'm here to bring the energy, and you know what? I'm gonna be the optimist. I'm going to say it's going to be great. I'm going to say ArenaNet is actually having a really, really good idea here. Like, their brain has produced a good idea, and hopefully they take that forward, particularly if it goes well. I hope the players like it. I hope you guys like it. And there is zero copium here, my friends. Zero copium. Not even one copium in the chat, okay? This is all based off facts, logic, and reasoning with my giant brain. But there you go. ArenaNet's going to do good. Right, stay tuned for more, guys, because look, I'm going to be talking about Dragon response missions and actual game design too. If people don't like this, I will fully activate, guys, okay? I will fully bring the ultimate energy and make a massive video debating the entire community about why the instance map is an amazing idea and why DRMs are an amazing idea at the same time, right? I will debate all of you, okay? I'll take you all like 1v10,000, no problem, okay? You'll all lose the debate, I'll win the debate. All right, now that really is it, okay? I'm done, right? I'm done. Let us now continue to discuss elsewhere, I suppose. But yes, extreme hype, my friends. Extreme energy. The finale is here. The expansion is on its way. So get ready for that one and stay tuned.